Do you like adjectives? Big Bad Toy Store has twice as many adjectives as some other leading toy stores. Click the link in the description below and never buy from stores with minimally modified names again. Now watch my video. Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S Celestial Perseus vs. Medusa 2-pack. So yes, here we have some more Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S. This is not personally something that I actually wanted, I just kind of got it in a lot of stuff. But if you are a fan of the whole space, celestial, transparent variant kind of thing, I think it is a cool set of things to have. Starting off with a quick size comparison, of course here we have Perseus and Medusa. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. As Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S are 3 3/4-inch scale, they do scale perfectly fine with Marvel Universe figures and are much smaller than a Marvel Legends figure. And if you do stretch out Medusa, once again, she has a lot of length to her. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Perseus and Medusa. Moving on to our 360 spins, both of these figures do have basically the same look to them, as they are both transparent purplish sort of plastic, with little speck stars on them and then bigger stars meaning to mark out a sort of constellation kind of design. Medusa has some chest armor and some really nicely sculpted snake parts for the lower body. And then Perseus has on his little tunic of armor with the skirt pieces, and he has on some shin guards and little sandals. All the sculpting on both of these figures is really nice, and if you are into the paint job, it is done very well, I think. Head sculpts wise, both of these figures look really good. They continue the same purple, transparent plastic with stars on them trend that the rest of the figure does, and they have nice glowing looking white eyes. Perseus has got some nicely sculpted hair and a big beard, and Medusa has her screaming face with little scales on it, and her snakes even look a bit better in this form because they're not meant to have any painted detail to them. So nothing to really complain about for either of those heads. Articulation-wise, both of these figures are very posable for their size, and they are about the same until you get down to the waist. So you get a ball peg in the head that moves forward and back, side to side. Shoulders go in and out, forward and back. Rotation and hinge in the elbow. Rotation and hinge in the wrist. You get a really nice ball peg in the chest. And then for Medusa, you get a ball peg below that, and then her tail is a big series of ball pegs, which move around really well. Then for Perseus, you get a very difficult to move waist rotation. Hips move in and out, forward and back, kinda rotate on the joint a little bit. Double jointed knees, and hinge and rotation in the ankles. So you should be able to get both of them into some pretty cool little poses. Accessories wise, you get a reasonable amount of stuff. Both figures come with 2 sets of holding hands with differently positioned hinges. Medusa comes with a sword and a shield with a little constellation of a snake on it. They're both molded in the same kind of plastic and have the same sort of starry pattern to them. And then Perseus has a helmet, which is really nicely sculpted and that fits over his head, a short sword, a spear, and a shield with a constellation of something on it. I guess something that represents him. I'm not really sure what that's meant to be. And once again, they do follow the same sort of pattern as the rest of the figure does. Then you do get 2 of these little standard Boss Fight Studios foot peg bases, despite only one of these figures actually having feet. And lastly, you can remove all of their little armor pieces and swap those around if you want to do something like that. Packaging-wise, you get your standard packaging that Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S seems to use for their special releases and stuff, which is basically just boring white boxes with art on them. Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S Series 1 Celestial Perseus vs. Medusa Celestial Warriors 2-pack, and on the back you get that same piece of art and some little description-y stuff. As is generally the case with non-windowed boxes, they're not good for in-package display, and it's not even a good-looking box, so you're probably going to want to open this one. And that wraps it up for Medusa and Perseus, so until next time, goodbye!